All right, so Meat One has sent me this trike to try out, and I was a little skeptical about how a trike would do on a homestead. But I will tell you, this thing has been a beast. I cannot run the battery down for whatever reason. Um, I'm going to get ready to go move sheep, and I was just thinking I would hop on it, and we'd use it to go do that. I just started this up. We're still at 4 bars of battery, and I've got 31.6 miles on this unit and still have not charged it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's ever going to die, but in the in-between time, we're going to keep on using it. It's got 2 motors. Gets up to something like 24 miles to the gallon, or miles to the gallon, 24 miles per hour, and it's quite enjoyable to ride. It's got a 200-pound payload capacity on it as well, and pretty substantial. So I'm going to stop over here. We're going to grab some sheep feed and see if we can get the sheep moved to another field. So I just feed them an all stock feed, 13%, just from the local farm store, Atwood's, which is about the same as Tractor Supply, depending on where you're at. And I don't feed them much, about a quart at a time, just to get them coming around. And I'm going to finish out this bag. And then for a mineral, I use a livestock mineral, but it is for sheep, so there's no copper in it. And I don't know, I give them something like a half cup of mineral. I don't measure it out real precise. But what I'm going to do is go over there and I'm going to call for them and they will come running. And we're going to move them into another field. And the trike has been handy just because it's got a spot to be able to throw things here on the back. One thing I'm considering is taking this rack off and just doing like a Milwaukee pack out mount on there. But right now I'm doing the main review for this Meat One trike. And I want to give them a good review as it sets. But I do believe it'll serve better on the Homestead for me if I have a Milwaukee pack out base there that I can swap out to a tool rack, the tool drawer setups, or even they've got the milk crate design, which is just like this, but maybe a little bit more rugged because it's all closed in, and give me some other options. So what I would like to do is go over here and call the sheep and be able to show off that they all come when I call them. But what typically ends up happening is they hear me and then they all start running over. But we'll just see how it goes here in a second. The grass is coming up so nicely. We're getting so much rain right now. It's been such a blessing. But we're going to take them down into a little paddock that I got over there and let them eat for a couple days and give this field a spot to rest, or a chance to rest rather. So let's see if we can park right here. And I'll try not to yell. Hey, sheep, come on. And here they all come running. There's 15 of them right now, and they are ready for a new paddock. And froggy. So we'll take them over. Hey, sheep. Hey, sheep, come on. Come on. They are super easy to move. So I'm going to open up this wire gap here, which is nothing fancy. The other thing about these guys is they are super easy on a fence. They're really quite different than some of the other livestock I've had in the past. On these wire gaps, I just use trampoline springs. And they're cheap. I can get like a 50-pack of them. Oop, let's see. Turn this back. I can get like a 25 or 50-pack of those springs for seemingly next to nothing. Or we end up salvaging them off of units or trampolines that have been taken down. Hey, sheep. Hey, sheep. Come on. Hey. I took too long opening the gate and they turned around on me. Hey, sheep, come on. Hey, sheep. Come on. Hey, sheep. Come on. Hey, sheep. Hey. Here you go. Come on. Hey, sheep. Come on. Hey, sheep. Come on. Super easy. It's my crew, man. I got quite the following around here, you might say. Hey, sheep. Typically, I would dump their feed. Hey, mama, don't run through there, darling. Come on. Typically, I would dump their feed in a bucket or a bowl, but since I'm just now moving them, I'm just going to put some on the ground. Hey, mama, come over here. Hey, come on. Come on. There you go. Grass is stinking tall back here. And I seeded all this after I went there and picked rocks. So I had a tractor rented for a minute. Here, guys. Generally, that's not my preference for how to feed them, but it works. So we're gonna let them eat. I'm gonna come through here with the bike and check fence and shut this wire gap behind me, and then I'm gonna go over and shut another wire gap, and that way it'll keep them in that paddock. And I'll let them eat there for a couple days, and then we'll transfer them on to the next paddock and so on and so forth. I don't want them to really eat this ground down a lot, or this grass down a lot, but they've been in this other paddock for about probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, and it's like 3 acres. So there's quite a bit over here, but they didn't eat down everything, but they kind of help control some of it. And these are what I use to feed them in generally. These are just the concrete tubs that I get from Harbor Freight, and they're light and cheap enough and virtually indestructible. So that's why. But I'll leave, we're supposed to get some more rain here in a few days. I'm going to leave this paddock rest, and there's plenty of other spaces to put them. So I'm just going to move them on down the line for now. Hop back on the bike, go check it out. All right, this sheep move has been sponsored by Meet One Trike. This is their dual motor series. Super stout bike. Really been a pleasure to ride, and super grateful for them sending it out to me to test and review. Been able to use it quite a bit here on the homestead with moving the sheep around from pasture to pasture, checking fence, running small errands. With a 200-pound payload capacity back here in this cargo rack, there is plenty of capacity to be able to haul things. And that seems to be what we do a lot of here on the homestead, whether we're just going down to check mail or take a package somewhere or a tool or part to another job site. These things have been super handy. And really, with this dual motor design in the terrain that we live on and the dirt roads, it has been a treat trying to hill climb and things like that with it. It has done super well. Currently sitting at about 31 miles of range, and we still have 4 bars of battery left. So I don't know if the thing's ever going to die. If it does, I'll have a video on that. But really, it's been quite the treat, and I'm super grateful to them to entrusting me with one of their units to try out here on the homestead. Got a little horn on these things too, so you get the sheep kind of accustomed to the horn on the bike, and you can call them that way, and kind of helps when you're trying to corral them around as well. And we'll get this wire gate shut, and I only fasten this in like 1 or 2 spots. Like, they're really easy on the fence. All right, hop back on the bike, and they are already off grazing. There's so much grass right now. I don't know that 50 sheep could keep up with all the grass. And there's all these briars too, so they'll eat those down as well. They do a super job. Really, No complaints. This thing is, I've only got it in first right now. The first pedal assist. And this thing it's got 2 motors on it. So when you put it in second or third, both motors are engaged and it will take off. Very, very peppy and well-powered bike. All right, I'll get this other paddock closed up. I'm gonna have to dig out the fence. It's been a minute. So, see if I can get this set up. Getting the fence dug out of the brush over here might be the trick. Been a few minutes. Another wire gap here, nothing special because, as I've stated, they are super easy on a fence. And what I did is, on my shipping container here, I just welded several eyes that I'll show you here in a second. And actually, I'll just bring you over right now. I welded several of these eyes where we hook all of the trampoline springs. And those are actually fence eyes, so you can get them from a local welding shop or steel supply place. And the shipping container just makes a cheap and easy steer because it's already. That's all there is to it for me. And yeah, I'm sure there's simpler ways. I could hang a gate there, but gates cost money. And that was cheap, as in free. All right, let's hop back on the bike and we're gonna put it in second. Scoot around here, make sure there's no problems. The grass this was all bare, you know, maybe a month ago. And I've already got, it's already over knee high. So if I don't get the sheep in here to maintain things, it's going to get unruly very quick. And so my plan right now is I will let the sheep graze in there for a couple days. I'll check it in a couple days. I'll just make I will decide then. And then I will probably move them into this next paddock, which is slightly smaller, but I won't leave them over here very long. This has got a lot of new grass. I might leave them over here for a day or two, or maybe 3, something like that. And just progressively move them through here. I don't want to leave them on this very long because I did just seed it, and I know it's got a bunch of fresh grass or young grass where the roots aren't built up real well. But this will help keep it manageable. And then when the time arises that I get a tractor and brush hog in here, I will come back and knock down some of the briars and stuff like that. Brush hog it really high, probably. And we'll go from there. So there you go. You have seen how I move sheep with the e-bike. And these things have been a total blessing. Like, they are so neat. They're fun. We use them several days. I mean, the kids ride them all day long, it seems. I was looking at one of the bikes the other day, and it's got like almost 40 miles on it now. I mean, this one here's got 31.8. So the kids use them all the time, do their chores, ride around, play, and then sometimes in the evenings we'll hop on them and just go ride as a family. So if you haven't looked at them, they seem to be worth the money. And then the fuel savings alone, instead of firing up the UTV and having to schedule oil changes and the repairs like ours needs right now, you know, it's only a few years old, and apparently the power steering has decided to go out. So that'll be a whole nother motor that'll need to be purchased. And, you know, so it goes. The UTVs certainly have a place. I'm not minimizing that at all. But if I can do some of the chores with the e-bikes, which I can recharge off of my solar system, plus they don't make any noise. So if that means anything to you, whether you're trying to be stealthy or you're just trying to maybe not bother your neighbor. I don't know if people are concerned with that. But I don't know. It's nice because we can ride them as a family and we can have a conversation right next to each other while we're cruising around, either doing chores or whatever. So I'm going to finish checking fence and checking pond levels and just making sure things are all right, and ride around here on the e-bike for a little bit. So, all right, folks, we'll catch up with you after the, I don't know. We will catch up with you on the next one. How about that? All right, Mountain Wizard out. See ya.